it going. Like a slight humming noise coming from Napple Tale. I'm not quite sure why. You guys might not be able to hear it because the audio might be low enough for you guys, but for me, I think it might be audible. Either way, it's not like super loud enough to bother me that much, so. Yeah, we're gonna be, trying to wrap up Napple Tale today. You know, I wonder if it's, I don't know. Oh, it's not a big deal. I'll phase it out at some point. Yeah, we're gonna try to wrap up Napple Tale today. I think this should be the last stream for this game. I don't know for sure. My guess is basically we just need to go do more side quest stuff, and then once we do that, we should eventually roll into some kind of some kind of story sequence that will lead us to the end. I hope. That is my hope, at the very least. So, and double check something here real quick. I can hear that. Let me just check one thing and see if I can make sure it's not that one thing. I'm wondering if I have like what my aux cables like interfering with something that I use for the PC. So let me just take that out real quick. So I have for the Windows XP machines, I have like an aux cable that I plug in, and sometimes it gets noisy, so it's still there. Oh well, we'll live our life. All right. Don't know what the chair wants. I'm pretty sure I already made the thing, so I think we just need to go to like Brewster's, whatever his name is. All right. Yeah, in terms, oh. That is surprisingly loud. I wish I knew what that was. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Anyway, alright. Anyways, no more talk of the noise, whatever that thing is. Alright. This dude's house. I think it is over here. Yeah. So. I don't really know what, like, the last fight in this game would really be, honestly. I guess... oh, you know, probably the Puppet Master guy, right? We brought you a clock. Thank you. Now I'll always know what time it is. You are welcome. Alright, come bust into our house and tell us the next thing you need. We will just kind of go back and forth between us and the house for now and just try to see that pushes us forward. There's definitely still other quest lines we haven't really resolved, but I'm guessing there's a lot of optional side quests, and I'm not too worried about finishing those up, honestly. They're cute for sure, but... Hello, anybody in? Alright, I'm just gonna push through this cutscene for now. The text seems to be the same every time, so... Hello, 13 hearts? I'm doing good, how about yourself? Just trying to push through this. Make this wolf man a house is what I'm trying to do. So... Yeah, I wish I had like a ton of updates about what's going on, but I mostly have been working on panel stuff, so that's been a good chunk of my time, and there's not much to say about that beyond it is coming along. So yeah, this game has a fan translation. So if you want, actually I have a little. Let's see if it still works. I haven't opened this up in months. Let me see. It's the Wow They Did It tab. Wow. Where's God? Here's God. All right. There's a bunch of people who worked on this game. It got translated, I think, when did they get translated? I think it's like 2021, I think. So, anyways, back to the video game. So yeah, and it seems like pretty well done. There's a couple of very slight issues. Sorry, the chat blew up. There's a couple of very slight issues, but it's really just like spacing stuff, and it's like, it's that problem that like every game kind of runs into, where it's like, oh, there's not enough text because, or not enough space for this text because Japanese can say things in a more constrained space, right? So it just kind of bleeds off, and somebody had to reprogram those windows probably, and that's probably a whole thing, and it doesn't really cause a real problem. So I am trying to get to my house, the 13 Ice. I need to go make stuff. That's what I need to do. I do not need to be out here, actually. I'm using a real Dreamcast at the moment, although I'm sure this works on any kind of emulator too. So I just burned the disc basically. So I am using like an archive quality CDR. I don't know how much that matters for Dreamcast. I mainly have those because the PCFX is really finicky with burning, and that's like the best way I've been able to prevent issues basically. So I just went ahead and played it safe, especially because we were gonna stream it. I was like, I don't want to sit here and like actively troubleshoot this thing on stream or something. So just getting the best quality CDR I can use, I think, was for the best for me. All right. Do I have anything to break down? No. Okay. I probably should have read that text to at least figure out what he wanted, but I'm sure it'll show as new in here, so. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm in the, I need a furniture packet is what I need. There's the pump. Does this house not have a rooftop? I'm almost certain it did, but I won't know. I'd have to go back and like look at the old footage now, so. Oh yeah, so is DCEmu is that like a PC application using to emulate the DC, or is it like a ODE like SD card replacement? Yeah, it's moving pretty fast. I have not noticed any issue playing this game off the disc, really, so. My Dreamcast, I have had some slight issues with it reading discs, mainly, and I don't know, this might not be a disc reading issue, but Space Channel 5 has like that FMV it's streaming in like nonstop, and I had one time where I was playing Space Channel 5, and basically just like everything stopped, basically, so. Cause it's trying to load the FMV, it can't get the FMV, and so like Ula just gets like stuck in space doing nothing, basically. So, okay, that's the ODE. I thought about getting the ODE because I've had a couple games that have not like read for me, and I don't know what the issue is with that. Because they're usually import games, and so I don't know if there's just like some weird thing with that particular game. Because I use like a Utopia boot disc. Now his roof is dancing, baby. Okay, I guess it probably didn't have a roof. It just had that opening on there. I didn't really think that it wasn't a roof though, but whatever. Hey, Albie, how's it going? Welcome back, Albie. I don't have to worry about getting wet when it rains. All right, let's go back in and have him harass us to make something else. Yeah, that's. I still just use the Utopia disc, so. I don't know if, like, for, like, an official Dreamcast, if there's a way to get around that stuff, or not an official Dreamcast, but, like, a stock Dreamcast. I don't know if there's another way to get around that stuff at this point, but at the time, it did what I needed it to do, but yeah, there's a couple games I've tried. I have a Japanese copy of Blue Stinger. That won't load up, and, hello, anybody in? There's one other game, I forget what it was. First Kiss Story loads fine, I know that much. Angel Present loads fine. My Card Captor Sakura game does not load with using it, so. Oh, from Asia? Gotcha. The Verdana, okay. I'll go make the Verdana. But yeah, we're kind of in this, I will say, if you haven't seen this game before, we're kind of in this end game section, and it's just kind of like doing side quests in town, so we're not like out platforming much. Because I think we kind of have done the majority of that at this point. I think I was supposed to be doing these earlier in the game, but didn't didn't do it. So who knows though? Maybe we'll go on some kind of platforming adventure here today. I assume there's going to be a final boss fight. It might be in the circus though, so I don't know what that's going to look like. So I haven't messed with Game Sharks or anything like that in recent years. I definitely, when I was a kid, my not my PlayStation, but my friend's dad's PlayStation had like one of the serial ports on the back, and we used the Game Shark for that to load up like import Dragon Ball Z games or whatever. So, but now like at some point to play those import Japanese games, I got a mod chip in my PS1. But for most of my life, I assumed it would run pirated PS1 games. I never actually tried. I only used it for region locking stuff. So, well, never actually tried. I did not try until about a year or two ago. And it was like, okay, confirmed. I can burn video games and play it on this, so. Side quest, yeah. It's a cute game. I do think, I don't know if I mentioned this on stream last time, but like, I do think streaming a game like this kind of dampers my appreciation for it a little bit, unfortunately, because I feel like a lot of this game is probably tone and dialogue. And while I'm definitely reading it, I'm definitely not appreciating it as much as I would if I was just playing it by myself. So but you know, that's the concern when it comes to, you know, streaming games in general. Just like it's why I don't really like playing that many story-heavy games on stream, because I'm just like, this could go downhill bad real fast in terms of like me not paying attention to what's happening. So, all right, back to the house. See what he wants next. Oh, nice. Yeah. I might actually utilize mine soon, because I actually do not have a way to play, like, PS1 games, like, either, you know, I don't have, like, a modded PlayStation system, really, outside of that PS1. Like, for PS2 games, I literally use, where the heck is my place? This problem with me talking while I'm streaming, like, what am I even doing? I literally use a Japanese, European, or a US PS2 for that. And that's how I play PS1 games that are import. That's how I play PS2 games that are import. Things like that. So, I might play Speed Power Gun Bike, on there, because I've been meaning to get to that for a long time, and I feel like I'm in the mood to play like an Inti Creates game. And I thought about playing X2 initially, Gunvolt X2 or whatever it's called, Luminous Avengers. Little money changed the door, and I don't really care for it. Let's make a new door. But I've been meaning to play that for a long time. I think it'll be a shorter game too, so. Well, I think that might happen. I don't know if that'll happen on stream or what, but I'll be playing it at some point, I think, in the near future. But yeah, I think I'm at the point now where like some PlayStation games are just so outside of my range that, you know, A, I'll just ignore them if they're too high priced, but B, you know, I'll, if I do need to play it, something like Speed Power Gun Bike, because, you know, it's particularly an Inti Creates style game, or Inti Creates game, like, I'm okay just doing whatever I need to do that, so. More Doraemon? I mean, look, I've got a Nintendo 64 over there with Doraemon, I forget the name of it, the second Doraemon game on N64, so, that is there and ready to go. So, I think, honestly, I don't know what the next plans are for streams, but I think that's going to be kind of the intention going forward, is to not, like, lock us into one game for months and months at a time. But I do still want to finish games on stream, so I think we may have these, like, full game streams still, but I think I want to be a little more flexible, so. There may be opportunities where we check out that Doraemon game, figure out if it's something that we would want to stream, and then kind of pick from there, and then, you know, figure out if we want to keep going with it, kind of thing, so there's a possibility. I was also looking at Doraemon games on the Game Boy, and there's also, like, Famicom. I mean, there's so many Doraemon games, man. I would love to play more of them. I just don't have any right now, so. I was looking at a copy of a Doraemon game for the Game Boy, but the label was roughed up in a way that I was like, it seems like something that might show up on Japan Retro Direct at some point, and I will just buy it there, so. Oh yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I am, still doing, and my camera's messing up again, sorry. It's always gonna be a jerk. I'm gonna try to ignore it as much as possible though. That style of video will probably end up moving to another channel, I think. But so if you are interested in that kind of like more casual way that I talk about a game, I think there will still be a lot more of that. I'm still working out the details on that though, so. But I for sure want to continue to like cover those types of games and things like that, and in the way I do. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I do not remember what I said in that video, but I'm sure. Like I remember liking the game a lot, and I did like reference it in the more recent Doraemon video too. So I don't. So the one thing I have not looked into is a bathtub. Okay. Are those the same as the Famicom games, or are they different games? I have not looked into that. I briefly looked at one like Famicom Doraemon game that looked like the concepts were maybe similar, but the design was definitely very different. So I get the impression they are different video games. Okay. That's good to know. I do not have any way to play Famicom games at this point. Oh my gosh, I'm missing the water. Okay. So I think what we're probably going to do... Bellawood needs the chimney. Let's go give Bellawood the chimney. And I think we're just gonna do some... We're just gonna go wander and try to find some more quests for now. And then hopefully we'll get some water while we're out and about. We do need it for the pump as well. Too, so all right. I get the feeling the pump is probably the real side quest that we need to finish, just because of the nature of how it was revealed to us, which was at a town meeting. But I have no idea how to get that recipe scrapped, so we're just gonna have to wing it for now. So oh yeah, I came in like right after the NES. So when I was a kid, I was born in like 90, so the Super Nintendo was already out by the time I was like functionally cognizant enough to play video games, right? So I did have exposure to the NES, and I played Contra, I played Skate or Die. Those are the two games that really stand out to me, is Contra and Skate or Die. But Super Nintendo is like really where I started playing games. And I played the usual stuff, right? Like the Mario Worlds, the Donkey Kong Countries, things like that. So I had a pretty traditional trajectory when it came to games until probably like I was 18, and then I really kind of played, or I kind of went back to Shenmue and was like, hey, video games can be weird, man. And I was like, all right, well, we're never stopping this train apparently. So and I've been, now even Shenmue is like way too mainstream for me. I'm like, whatever, man, Shenmue. But I do like Shenmue a lot still though. All right, we need to go to Bellawood. I don't remember where Bellawood is though. Bellawood, oh, it might be this guy. Is it? No, Smoke Faninsky. All right, we're gonna have to do some home searching because I don't remember where Bellawood is, so. Yeah. So were you, if you're in Asia, were you playing Japanese games, or is it a different region game? I don't want to make you have to say where you're from, but I'm just curious if you're playing other region games, and like, was it just the Japanese versions, or I think I still need to see her in Autumn or something like that. I have not seen any seasonal versions of her at all, so. I'm thinking I might want to go to Autumn because that's the place that's been the longest since we've been to, but I also don't know if there's any water in Autumn, so. But I think we'll probably go to Autumn next. JP or EU? Okay, gotcha. Little Money, I don't think there's anyone named Bellawood in here. So. But yeah, my gaming tastes were pretty boring as a kid for the most part, so. Yeah, but Doraemon games are cool as far as I can tell so far. There's a GameCube one that looks a little slow, but I am a little curious about it, so. Valletta, is there anyone named Bellawood in there? I just don't know who Bellawood is. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick little Google search here. Bellawood Napple Tale. I don't know if Bellawood will actually come up, given that they're probably a minor character, but... Okay, I'm not seeing anybody on here, so... We'll just have to live with that. Oh yeah, there's, I mean, like... I don't want to make any particular claim, but there's a Doraemon game for pretty much every system, at least every Nintendo system, so... So they're definitely out there, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, I don't know of really any Doraemon games that got localized in the West. I mean, Doraemon was just not really a thing here. There's a brief period of time where they try to localize Doraemon. I think there's like a dub or something you can find, but like I don't think anyone tried to. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about Doraemon. I have no connection to him outside of those 2 video games being cool. So, so I don't really... I have an affection for the characters, but I do not have an affection for, like, them as an anime characters. I have affection for them as video game characters, so... although Corona is probably my favorite still from the 64 game. I did not mention her in the review at all, because it's kind of spoilerly, I guess. I don't know. It's not really, but you can't play Corona until you beat the game already, so... And by the time you've done that, like, you've gotten most of the stuff you need, so... Through here. Super big in Asia? Yeah. Remember by heart? Yeah. I don't even know if I know what that theme is. I do know what's it called, though? The scream he does at the beginning of the Nintendo 64 game. That is in my mind all the time. I will frequently just yell out Doraemon really loud. So, just hanging around my house. Would not do that in public, probably. But in my house, by myself, with me and my cat. In the privacy of my home, I Doraemon. So. Bellawood. I don't think there'd be anyone here named Bellawood. We'll check. There's some NPCs in here. I don't remember the name, but I'm almost certain they're not called Bellawood. Hello, I forget your name. Perry up? This is the guy, I'm pretty, yeah, Gomez. There's just Mitzel hanging out there. And I don't think we have access to this door yet. My guess is that whatever the final boss is might be back there. Given the kind of implication of Periot seeming to be an evil character, maybe. Or at least an evil version of him. Probably an evil seasonal version of him, probably. Based off how this game has played out so far. Napple Tale? Yeah, I mean, even in English, it is a game that you have to kind of just meander about sometimes, and I'm okay with that. Maybe it doesn't make for like the best stream game at times, but I have fun with it. Are you Bellawood? Nope. It's Winky. Like, it would be nice to just like, and I don't know if I missed it somewhere, it'd be nice just to have a map of like who lives where. I think that's the biggest improvement I would like in this game, is a map that says somebody should live somewhere, so. Or somebody lives in this spot. Because otherwise I'm just like, if I don't remember who it is, we are now walking through every single one of these doors. Are you Bellawood? Angela. Anything in here? Yeah, I'm enjoying. Oh. Well, I have maybe put people on the stream in for some rides sometimes, so I enjoy it usually, but or I enjoy at least getting there, kind of thing. Sometimes I'm not like actively enjoying the video game, but I'm glad we got to the end. One Piece Unlimited Adventure for sure was one of those of just like, I want to finish this game. I don't think anyone else wants to finish this game with me, but we're here. So yeah, but which is kind of funny because like I feel like a lot of people who watch me are One Piece fans, so you would think I have, other than what they have showed me of One Piece, I have not watched any One Piece. I read the first volume of the manga because my dad sent me some when I was a kid because of like I just like moved away after like a divorce or whatever that he had, and I think it was in the dad mode of just, you know, we gotta send you things to make sure you know I love you kind of thing. And then, oh wait, this is actually pretty expensive. So, absolutely, so we're not gonna do that anymore. I got a bunch of like, I got like Naruto manga. He sent me a copy of Xenosaga Episode 1 though. That's my first Monolith Soft game, so. How tasteless my taste in games is. Hey, it's not tasteless. Don't badmouth your taste in games. I feel like that was a really long struggle with me, was like, I used to say I like bad games. And I realized that was not true. And shaking that image was a very long and hard thing to figure out. So definitely don't disparage your taste in games too much. I'm sure you didn't mean much by it, but I'm just saying sometimes you find out that like, oh, this is maybe not the best way I represent myself. Because people would sit there and like, they'd say, you should play this game. You should play this game. But like, I'd look at it and it would just be a bad video game. And I'm like, I don't have any interest in this. Like, there's nothing interesting about it. It just looks like a bad video game. So it just took me a very long time. So, oh man, I am very split about Phantasy Star Online Bluebird. So it was 2008 the first time you played that game, like Phantasy Star as a whole? Or is that Phantasy Star Online as a whole, not the franchise? Or was it just Blueburst that was 2008? I am incredibly... Online as a whole was 2008. Okay, that's really interesting to me, because I am incredibly... cautious of my like for Phantasy Star Online. I don't think I'm convinced that Phantasy Star Online is a good video game that holds up today. I'm not saying you can't enjoy it, but I really am curious if like anybody in the modern day would play that and be like, yeah, this video game. I think it made a lot of sense for the time, the way it was positioned, and like I think it hinged a lot on internet chat in a way that was like important for console gamers, and it's paced around that, I feel like. So yeah, okay, yeah, I mean that's my fear, I feel like. So is that I don't necessarily think it super holds up. I don't want to say that means it's a bad game, but there are good things about that game. Don't get me wrong. I think there are things that game in particular excels in that no other Phantasy Star Online does. But I have a really hard time just like looking at that game and saying, I can tell somebody to go back to it and that they would have a great time. I don't know if I could tell somebody that. So, hey, Mr. D, how's it going? Going pretty well. We are doing the town shuffle, going from house to house to find out if I can figure out where the heck Bellawood is. I do not remember where Bellawood is. I think we just did a full lap. So that tells me whatever we're trying to do, probably not here. So I'm going to say... What was that? Madam Colette? Let's go to fall. To the fall. I need to get water at the very least, so. And there's also the different versions of that one girl I haven't found still. And I seem to recall that they pointed to, what's her face, or Autumn as the place that we would find her, so. Good. How are YouTube things coming along? We're mostly been talking about Doraemon most of this time, to be honest, but. Oh, but yeah, been mostly just lapping around in this game, so which I kind of expected. My thought is we need to get the recipe book for the pump. Where we get that recipe piece, I don't 100% know at the moment, but we're gonna do a little exploring, I think. Wait, what did she say? Now's insistent moving keeps me up every waking night. Ah, Mr. Finney left the moans coming out of the well were Mr. Little Money's. Ghost story. The legend of the moaning well lives on. Did I go back to the well? Is that what that is? I am using a Turkish VGA box from Bear Bros, I think is what it's called. And I'm using a SCART cable going into a RetroTink 5X. And I think that's it. All right, well, Mr. Little Money's not here. So yeah, maybe we should go check the well and see if he's down there. That might give us some guidance on what we're doing. Did I check this room? I think I did. Yeah, just a box. But yeah, it looks really good. I mean, Dreamcast had VGA support, so just get that component cable, clean signal that other systems, you know, before it didn't have really. So I haven't tried hooking this thing up to like an actual like because it's intended for like computer monitors, I believe, at the time, you know, it being a VGA connection. So I haven't like actually hooked it up to something like that to see like what the benefits of that are. So all right, back down the hole maybe. Yep, it's all gone. My money, it's all gone. Who did it? Who took my precious gold? Oh, my gold! My gold! Go back! Why? Or giving his money to charity. Oh, yeah, he did. Better that he's back to his old self. Give me money! Okay, maybe it's just dialogue. Okay. Alright, well that didn't help us, but I need to get some water anyway, so let's see if we can get some water in a fall here. So. Ah! I was looking at the screen. Got a crank. But yeah, RetroTink 5X has been like a super great buy. And the resolution swapping is like a great part of it too, so I really can't recommend it enough. So I forget, is this just a jump? Okay. I'm trying to think if there's any issues I've really had. It is definitely a little less, like, at least the default, like, user interface is a little less customizable than, say, like, a FrameMeister. But FrameMeister, as somebody who did not know what they were doing, all the options on a FrameMeister led to a lot of situations where I would mess stuff up on accident, so. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm pretty sure we've been up here before, but we'll do it again. Pretty obvious spot for me to miss if that were okay. Oh yeah, actually, so the RetroTink 2X is just like a line doubler, right? So that basically takes it from 240p to 480p. Is that how that works? Yeah, I have a CRT, but the reality is that like I need to record this stuff for videos, so usually I can't really utilize the benefits of those things. Enemy. Do I have the autumn key? No, I need to go get it. Okay, let's go back. It shouldn't be that far back. forgot what I was talking about. Oh, CRT, but yeah, like, so I can't use like scan lines or anything like that, as a recording stuff, so. But I did buy a smaller CRT because, there's like a podcast, I don't know how much you know about the PCFX, but, that system kind of works with like CRTs. I mean, like all retro systems work with CRTs in a particular way, but like, I feel like there is a appreciation you can have for sprite art in its like raw form in a lot of ways. Even if it comes at the cost of certain things when it comes to, you know, how smudging and things like that makes that picture, you know, that sprite look like it has more color or it's more smooth and things like that, right? Where something like the PCFX, which relies really heavily on like full motion video and like kind of high color depth, I guess is maybe the word for it. I don't really know. Just doesn't really mesh with like a raw feed of it kind of thing. So, but I still haven't really sat down to try to figure it out. I probably I would like to do it when I do my Sparkling Feather video, which is probably sometime next year. I know I've been saying forever I'm gonna do a Sparkling Feather video, but I think it's probably sooner rather than later when it comes to videos I'm making. But Farland Story, I definitely want to like try to do a recording off of a CRT, because Farland Story FX, it's like almost its entire benefit is it being like a different style than the other games, and that like let's see, Witness, is this fall? Autumn, yeah, okay. Where's the summer keys? Okay. If I recall correctly, I don't want him in my slot. I want him on the next slot. Oh man, I can't remember. Hopefully this works. Yes, okay, cool. Right? Actually, did I get that right? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, just CRT helps with that stuff a lot, so. Yeah, definitely for sure. I mean, that is like part of that melting process that a CRT does, so. But yeah, I personally though, like, I'll be honest with you, most of the time I do not care about visual quality for myself. Like, I could play games using composite cables, and while I definitely would notice it wouldn't look as great, like 5 minutes into the video game, I would not think that much about it, probably. But I do notice it when I'm like editing video and stuff like that, and like for people who are watching it, I try to keep it as crisp as possible, so. Whether that's the right approach is a whole other thing, but that is the direction I took. And at the time when I was really kind of going down that path, I think a lot of people were going that direction. I think you're really seeing like a correction from that now, though, with people messing with filters and recording off CRTs and things like that. So, but recording off CRTs is a hard thing to do already, so. Oh yeah, is that the Doraemon community, or with your name being 13 Hearts, are you a fan of the hit video game 13 for the PS2 or something? Let's see here. There we go. Kingdom Hearts. I figured it's Kingdom Hearts community, but I figured I would at least throw the ball out there for the hit GameCube, PS2, Xbox game 13, which got, I think, as far as I'm aware, a very bad remake. So, hey Joshua, yep, we're still Nappling. We're kind of winging it at this point, so, but I need to do some farming anyway, so I'm not stressing too much about where we're going right now. Just kind of trying to find quests. But if we get too deep into the stream and we still haven't really found our way, I think I'll try to look at that French guide again. The French guide's just not very clear. But again, it seems like if he wrote it in English, it was definitely not his first language. and it's a little hard to use because of that. And if it was machine translated, then it was very clearly machine translated. So you do like 13? I mean, I like 13 too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. 13 the video game too, but yeah, I haven't played a Kingdom Hearts in a very long time. Please, thank you. I think the last Kingdom Hearts game I played was 2, maybe, and that was like near when it came out. So I do have a lot of interest in 358 divided by 2 days, as somebody who cares most about Organization 13 probably, and not so much the Disney stuff. That I think has been the path I've always wanted to go down. And it's always kind of the weird multiplayer one, right? That's kind of the other thing too. But and I did like briefly get it set up on my Wii U to play, but I did not actually ever get around to playing it. So I don't own a copy of it either. So that doesn't stop me from playing a game, but it does heavily consider in the games I focus on, I will say. So if I do need to like just straight up pirate a game, I often need a very good reason to do so. Like Napple Tale, where I was just like, this game looks like... There's a lot of reasons why Napple Tale makes sense for me, I think. But yeah, being like $100 for a copy, I'm like, no. I'm not paying $100 for this video game, I'm sorry. But if they ever do release Napple Tale in some other form, I will gladly buy it, even if I don't play it again, just to show my support. That's generally what I try to do when I pirate games, is at least like if there comes a day where supporting something really makes a lot of sense and isn't just going to some random dude on eBay, that's when I really will go on my way to support something. So I want to be over here. Yeah, that was the original intention. If I played it now today, I probably, like, the whole reason I was even emulating it on Wii U is because of the capture card situation. You know, having a 3DS capture card's kind of a hard thing to do. And thankfully, I got a loopy one. So now that problem's kind of been solved to some extent. You know, playing a game on 3DS is kind of a, you know, it's not super comfortable, I will say. Especially depending on how intense the game is on your hands. That's kind of a big reason why I stopped doing video out on PSP games, because I just felt like it was just doing a little too much more stress to my hands than I'd like. So, it doesn't seem like I can do anything there. I feel like I'm not getting many like drops for. Okay, there we go. Something at least. Oh. Yeah. There's plenty of stuff to like pick up and play though. Like, I think that's the big thing, is like, I just don't let it get in the way, but I don't go out of my way to really like, you know. I held on to a copy of Cube of War for too long. That does not mean I deserve the $800 that it like is worth or something like that, right? That is my opinion, at least. And every day I would much more prefer them to do a reprint of Cube of War. I forget what this is. Oh yeah, DS. Yeah, it definitely gets to me. You know, it probably some of its old age too, but like the Wii remote. If a game gets really intense on you pressing that A button a bunch, it can start to wear my wrists out a little bit, so. I did talk to a doctor about it once, and he more or less was just like, all right, what? Don't do that as much then. That was it. That was his answer, was stop doing that. As play, move on from Wii games, sucker. The Wii's over. I didn't want to drop down, so. And then GameCube analog triggers also really get to me as well. So, specifically playing Smash Brothers. We had like a Smash Brothers stream a long time ago, and I remember that like 2 days after that, my wrists were dying. Yeah, we all, eventually all of our hands will stop working, but thankfully, I think, and maybe it's like part of, maybe I'm just thinking too much about it, but I've always used a trackball mouse my whole life, so like the thing where you have the thumb for the trackball, and I believe those are considered to be more like ergonomically better for your hands, so I might not be getting nearly as much like stress as other people in that specific regard, at least. But you know, I'm playing video games, so you know. Oh yeah, hey you. Autumn has returned to the world. Of course I do. I'm the one who brought it back. You did so marvelously. Eh, I'm gonna go that far. Is that so? I am but a shallow. I wish to migrate for the passing of winter, but Madame Colette will not stand for it. Afraid not. She's shown me kindness, and I am indebted to her. Oh dear, whatever shall I do? Alright, where's Colette? New side quest. Our exploring was not for nothing. Hello, Colette. Coletta. I'll not let my swallow get out of grasp. Finally. Okay. So do we need to go back to town? And talk to them in town, maybe? See if I get a little chat from our buddy once we get outside the house. Nope. Okay. We'll just keep moving forward, keep killing enemies, and hopefully get some water. I think this is the end of the level anyways, actually, so. Ooh, boy. There we go. Oh, nope, never mind, not the end of the level yet. Do I need to go down there for any reason? I don't think so. We're gonna stay on top for now. Oh gosh. But thankfully, most video games don't get to my hands, so I've been coming along pretty well overall on that side. I know some people who just like straight up do not use D-pads anymore because it's just too much for them. So I can still use most video game controllers without too much trouble. So I'm sure someday. I've been surprised my eyesight. Like, I'm wearing my glasses today, which is not a normal thing. I'm mostly wearing them because I'm trying to get used to them. I don't need them for this distance. Like, it looks exactly the same to me if I'm wearing my glasses or not for this. It's only like further away stuff. Like, I'm kind of surprised my eyesight up close has not gotten worse yet, at least. I'm sure eventually it will, but from far away, absolutely. It's, let's see, what are we doing here? There's a little lever down there. I don't know if that's gonna matter. There's a house there. I don't remember there being a house in there before. Maybe there was? Oh, let's go there, I guess. Oh, it's the tree. Hello. Oh, that's just a house, but I entered it from the other side. Oh, you my life. All the bombs are gone. What a relief. Thank you. Alright, tree. This is probably the most Dreamcast looking thing in this game, I feel like. What's this little thing over here? Oh, that's part of him. There. Thought I was laying on the floor. Alright, well. Back to Napple Town. See if we got some water. Go talk to Coletta. See if that gives us something that we can do. Alright, what side of town? Is he on the fall side? Yeah, he's right here, actually. Confine me in her noble home. Kidnapping. He's rich, right? I don't see the problem. Sure beats bumming around in the streets. See a bum? I don't want anyone to tie me down. I want you to be free. You make me a gramophone. Would Mussolini works? I don't know what a Mussolini is. I assume a type of gramophone or adjacent object. Good day, madame. You perhaps come to spend time with me? Not exactly. I've come here to give you a gift. Hey, Dama, how's it going? The town music, the music in this game is amazing as a whole. So, I've never played Grandia, but soundtrack is great for this game at least. So, if Grandia has a similar soundtrack, then Grandia probably has a great soundtrack. You mean it'll help me stave off melancholy? It's crazy because like every room in this game has just like a different song for some reason. It's bizarre. We made a bunch of music. We had to find places to put it, basically. Right on. Thank you very much, Porch. All right. Back to autumn we go. But first, let us go to the house and see if we got some water. Doing pretty all right. Just taking it slow this week for the most part. So, well, I've been working a real job for money at the moment is what's happening this week. So I haven't been stressing out the YouTube stuff as much. So that's kind of where I'm at this week. But it's nice to take a break from that and just be like, I'm just going to work on this thing that is good to work on for me. So, but otherwise, just working on panel stuff too, which panels will end up on the YouTube, that's for sure. But it's definitely different from working on the YouTube channel. So, where am I going? Back to my ice cream shop. Yeah, I would say vibes is a good way to describe it. You know, I was listening to the Mario, like, what's it called? Mario Studio, the 64DD Mario Artist kind of games or whatever, but there's the Polygon Maker. I think it's Mario Artist, and then there's different tools like music composing, paint, and then one is Polygon Studio, and that Polygon Studio's soundtrack sure has a vibe to it, so. Grind that. Yeah. I do need to. I've been kind of in a weird spot in my life, so, which I'm very thankful I've had the resources I need to do that. But yeah, at some point I gotta push forward on actual life plans and not just tinker away at the YouTube channel. So it is a temporary solution right now, but long term I plan to. We did not get any water. All right, well, let's go back to autumn for now. I still don't even know if water is like what we need. So, like these items that we're making are what we need. So, thank you. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine for the most part. It would be great to be able to do YouTube more full time, but you know, I'm not anywhere near that. So. But we'll see. I'm definitely kind of reorienting things at the moment, so that includes pretty much everything. I feel like it's getting reoriented to some degree, but I think it was a long overdue decision of mine to kind of change things around a little bit. But reality is that content's probably not going to be. I'm not gonna like suddenly show up and be like, "Hey guys, I'm a World of Warcraft streamer." You remember this hit video game, World of Warcraft, or something like that, right? We'll still be talking about the same kind of games, probably, just maybe in different ways and playing them in different ways. Ball, cherry front, that's winter. Okay, it's behind me. All right. Well, we can go turn this in, and hopefully, the big thing we want is, no matter what, we need water. I'm pretty certain we need at least water. God, which one am I going to? Oh, I could go to the well and see if Little Money's down there. Let's go to the quest we just actually did. So, but we can go back to the well and see if Little Money's down there. I mean, I know he's down there. I just don't know if it's like an actual quest. So, yeah, Raid Shadow Legend video. You know, I used to poo-poo on people who did that, but like, the dude I saw who did it was, Linkus. I used to watch his Wind Waker speedruns, and I think he got really into Breath of the Wild, and I kind of dropped off after that. I don't have a lot of interest in Breath of the Wild as a Zelda game, but, anyways, but he did a Raid Shadow, like, he's a Wind Waker speedrunner, and he's doing a Raid Shadow Legends stream, and it's like, this has, like, no place here. But he explained it, like, later. He's just like, hey, the money I got from this was gonna let me hire an editor for 3 months. So he's like, so I did one stream, and then I was able to, like, just basically dump all that money back into the YouTube channel and hire an editor to do stuff for me so I could focus on things that are more important. And I could totally appreciate that. As somebody who has wasted too much time editing things, obviously I'm sure, you know, some money goes to himself too as well, right? It's not the, you know, a chunk of it, whatever. But especially when you're building an audience, I can definitely kind of appreciate that. Yeah. So I don't know if, like, yeah. I don't know how much that damages your brand, suddenly doing a Raid Shadow Legends stream. It wasn't what pushed me away from him, though, that's for sure. I just kind of laughed at it and was like, okay, yeah, sure. But, you know, I think especially if you don't have resources yet, it's not necessarily a bad thing to do. But, you know, you always got to pick your lines, you know. And I think one maybe thing you could say about it is like, the audience was so different that Linkus probably didn't really have any concern that, like, he was going to be, like, you know, trying to get a whale from his audience to play Raid Shadow Legends or something, right? I mean, I'm sure Raid, someone somewhere out there that might happen. You know, Raid probably wouldn't have paid money if they knew that wouldn't happen either way. Or whoever, I don't even know who owns that, but anyways, yeah. No more Raid Shadow Legends talk. That was not my intention to get in a conversation about that. But it is interesting to think about those dynamics and things like that. So, I used to be very, very, like, as somebody who came from journalism, was very, or journalism education at least, was very, like, anal about that kind of weird stuff for YouTubers and stuff for a long time. But at some point, I kind of just like, eh. I had somebody give me a free video game once, and, like, I feel a little bad because I didn't actually cover it, but at the same time, it's like, well, I determined this was not appropriate for my website or YouTube channel, and, you know, all two of them. I mean, it was a fun game, don't get me wrong, but if anything, I was less likely to talk about it because of the fact that I was, like, given it kind of thing. But yeah, everyone has their own lines and stuff, so not everyone's trying to be a game journalist, so. I tried very long to be a game journalist, and it never quite worked out, so. Oh god, okay. Okay, here's the house here. Hurry up. No, hurry up. Thank you. Bam. Alright. In that house. Wait, how'd she get the gramophone already? Or did I bring it with me? Be satisfied as long as I have this. Thank you, madame. I don't know, there's something kind of weird about a story about, like, this lady who's just, like, keeping this man here to keep her entertained. Okay, we'll talk to Coletta here, at least. That guy gonna talk to us, or do I need to go see him in winter? He's migrating to winter, so. Alright, let's grind out some materials here real quick, and then we'll go back to town and talk to them first, just to make sure there's no continuation of that quest line. And then what do we do from there? We can go see if we can find Little Money. And then while we do that, hopefully get some water along the way. Little money's definitely the easiest thing to go do right now. But yeah, let's go to town first, and then we're almost there anyway, so. Anything there? Okay. Did I ever go up here? Double check this. I think we're probably fine, so. I don't even know what that's trying to get me to go do, honestly. Maybe all the more reason that I should be more curious about it, but... Oh, there's the lever underneath the platform thing, but... We'll go back to Napple Town for now. Matane. And then... Anything else? I think that's probably a good short-term plan, at least. I never found Bellevue, whoever wanted the chimney or whatever it was. So, there you are. Do I not even get a reward or anything? Let me think about this. Who told us to even do this in the first place? I'm pretty sure it's one of the maid girls. So let's go to Little Money's mansion. Let's see. Little Money is in... Is he also in fall? I think he's also in fall. Yeah, Little Money's in fall. I am gearing up to play some more Final Fantasy VII First Soldier here. The next... Probably tomorrow is going to be the first time I play that soon. Okay, well, nothing there. Maybe Mayor Frog Car? Try that. Since that's shutting down soon. And my friend booted it up and was looking at it. And it looks like they made a lot of really good changes with the game. I think they really made, like, amulets matter a lot, which was very cool, so... Yeah, I mean, I mostly played in Season 1, and I have way too much footage from Season 1. I skipped out on Season 2 and 3, though. I mean, for the most part, you know, I don't know how many hours I played that game for, but it probably was well over 60. Probably getting close to 100, if not over 100, so... But I like Battle Royale shooters, so... But yeah, it looks like they've made a lot of really good improvements since then, so... Mayor Frog Car is in spring. I think. I thought. Maybe not. Maybe he's in summer? Where the heck was Mayor Frog Car's place? Oh my gosh. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's Rogue Leaf. I know you got it. No, that's Madame Colette. I know it's not a mansion. This one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Which is kind of interesting that it's in winter, honestly, because it's really early in the game. But yeah, I'm using game controller, man. Game controller with an HDMI to USB-C adapter. Like, I made that thing as much of a console game as I could make it, and it was not great, but, you know. All right, well, I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to get from that quest, but I did not find what I need to do. Or if there's any, like, I can't think of anybody else who's involved in that situation, so. All this looks checked off. Alright, well. I don't think I got any kind of scrap stuff. Summer flavor, I need to get new ingredients. What a planter would look like. Let's look for an item. What would the tuna look like? Alright, well, let's go back to the well. But yeah, it's a real shame. I mean, I don't blame. It's a really hard conversation about that game because, like, I totally understand that, like, the more core Final Fantasy audience was like, hey, if this was on console or PC, I would be all in on this kind of thing, right? And, like, I absolutely would prefer it. And I'm sure they would get a bigger audience, right? But, like, I don't know if they were willing to really invest that money into that game to make it be the thing it needed to be to compete with games like Apex Legends and all that stuff. It definitely read to me as like, hey, this is one of those like 20 mobile games that Square Enix puts out every year, and it runs for 1 year. And if it succeeds, cool, they'll keep going. If it doesn't, throw it in the trash. So, which, you know, sucks. But like, I can kind of understand the approach, I guess. And like, I guess my big question would be, if that game was pitched for consoles, would Square Enix have even done it in the first place, kind of thing? I get the impression that it probably would not have. But, you know, who can say? So, I always assumed it was going to be for the Chinese market, but I did do some research into it recently, and it looks like it did not launch in mainland China. So, because it feels very close to like PUBG more than anything else, honestly. So, PUBG with magic. So that's my assumption, is that that was the, you know, PUBG mobile market is what they're aiming for. So, but it's a very cool game, and yeah, if you haven't played it and you're willing to play it, I think it's worth playing, even if it's gonna shut down. But you know, I realize that, you know, especially, you know, asking people to invest time into a game that's gonna be shut down in like 2 months, I totally can understand why you wouldn't care. So. Yeah, I mean, Square Enix has successful mobile games, I will say, so it's like, I don't think it's a problem with that, really. It's just how their model works for mobile games, is they put stuff out, and anything that succeeds sticks around, and anything that doesn't gets shut down, basically. So. Back at the start, I wanted to try to, see if I can use the bridge to get here. God dang it. Get up here. Hey, buddy. Buddy. No. But I might, I'm debating doing a video on, like, Final Fantasy shooters at some point. I've always really wanted to do a video on Dirge of Cerberus. The Dirge of Cerberus multiplayer stuff is something I think is immensely fascinating. And, you know, I don't want to say too much, but I've talked to Shidemp about it, or I don't remember how you actually pronounce his name, like, a few times, and I feel bad because I've been like, I would be interested in doing something about this, but just a matter of figuring out when it fits, kind of thing, when it makes sense. And maybe on its own, it's not like a video that will have much penetration, but maybe within a video, I could maybe talk about it a little bit more and reach a bigger audience that way, so. But yeah, and I love the 15 DLC with Prompto, so. Yeah, I could definitely say that, or see that. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm probably not a great, like, person to use as an example, I will say. Because, like, I played, like, 1 season of Apex, and I never played Apex again. That's just kind of how I am as a person. So, probably the only reason I'm even playing First Soldier, same thing with Babylon's Fall. The only reason I'm even playing Babylon's Fall is because it's shutting down. At least with Babylon's Fall, there's, like, a very particular reason why that's the case. First Soldier very much is like, hey, I just really like this game, and I want to play it a little bit more before it's completely gone. But Babylon's Fall is I've always been interested in this game, but I never wanted to play a live game, so now's my chance to play that game and, like, finish it without having to dedicate, you know, potentially 10 years to the video game, right? So, but I'm about halfway, I think, through Babylon's Fall right now, so. I'm still liking it. I mean, it's not, like, the best video game ever, for sure, but, like, it's definitely far from the worst game, and I know Chocobo GP is a better game than Babylon's Fall. But Chocobo GP is a pretty great kart racing game that most people just poo-pooed on because of a battle pass, so. And I was worried that, maybe not worried, but suspected that was the same thing with Babylon's Fall, and I think it is two things. One, I think to some people it is a disappointing platinum game, which I would argue that Nier Automata is like a disappointing platinum game. If you like from what I heard from people who like platinum games, you know, they did not seem to care for that game nearly as much. But yeah, so, and I also, like, Balance Ball has a style, man, and it's a shame they've kind of taken that stuff. Oh god, they've kind of peeled that stuff away because I think it has made the game look worse. Them constantly trying to compromise the community and like try to make it look like something it was never meant to be, and so now it looks like even more janky. So, but yeah, I mean, Chocobo GP. I mean, the thing I always stress with Chocobo GP is that like. There's the battle pass. The battle pass is a bad battle pass in my opinion, but like the only thing connected to it is Squall and Cloud, or at the time in season 1, the only thing connected to it was like Squall and Cloud, and like obviously if you're a Final Fantasy fan and fan of the biggest Final Fantasy games, like that might matter a lot to you. But to me, it's kind of like there's like 28 other characters in this game, and 2 of them missing is like one of the most minimal things. Like I have played other racing games where I just like have not, or I have played other games where I just straight up have not bought the DLC missing characters, and it's like fine. And like I think if you take that approach to Chocobo GP, it's a perfectly fine to good game, I would say. Like it is not a Mario Kart for sure, but it's pretty good. And like it has tons of content. Like it's well worth its money. The only thing I maybe might criticize is the fact that A, the battle pass was a bad battle pass, and then B, the it has the Square Enix tax of like, this is a $40 video game, but we're gonna charge $50 for it. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much, but it is one of those things that you just always see Square Enix like $10 above whenever they're not doing like the regular full retail price. So yeah, but yeah, Chocobo GP is like a reasonably good kart racing game, and that is not competitive with the Mario Kart, but what is like Sonic's Transform Racing is like the only game I can think of that's ever been competitive with Mario Kart. So yeah, but I don't. Part of me is a little sad I never made a Chocobo GP video, but at the same time, I think I might save that effort for maybe talking about it in like a Babylon's Fall video, maybe. Babylon's Fall video that might become a bigger like, hey, guys, please, please calm down a little bit about these things Square Enix does. So, but you know, I understand it's just different expectations and stuff. But I also think the Square Enix people want Square Enix to be is a very boring Square Enix, so. Better than Garfield's Kart? I have not played Garfield's Kart, but, you know, I'm gonna guess it probably had a bigger budget at least, but I would say, you know, it is probably somewhere between that Garfield's Kart and like a Mario Kart kind of thing, right? But I feel like most kart racers never escape that space, so the fact that Chocobo GP ended up where it is, I think is not a surprise. And it's very much well worth the cost, I think. Obviously, there's been more seasons since then, so like it's hard for me to say, you know, how much those seasons have done. Maybe the battle pass has gotten a lot better, but like the battle pass, the crappy thing about the battle pass in that game was not the Cloud and Squall stuff. The crappy thing about the battle pass in that game was the fact that like half of it was like garbage tasks. Like none of it was like interesting to do. And so it was just like, excuse me, would you like to... We are in the autumn zone, baby. Get in that goddamn orb. Weird. All right. But like, it's like drifting and stuff. Like that's stuff you're gonna do anyways during a race. Or like play as this one particular character. It's like my biggest problem with most battle passes. Like I don't even like Apex's battle passes because I feel like it's this kind of shit too of just like use this gun, use this character, which you know has value, but I don't think it's interesting. It's really just like change your loadout sometimes. Is kind of how I feel about it. And that's why I like First Soldier so much, is because that game is maybe like one of the best designed games for a battle pass ever. Like the game itself, first and foremost, is you know, it has a ton of variety, and I think that's what helps. I can't speak to like a Fortnite that might have a similar level of variety kind of thing, but you know, that game in particular, at least, you know, there's plenty of ways to get to the top of a game in what's it called? In First Soldier. So like encouraging players to do different approaches to that I think is really important, and that's what that battle pass does. Is it's like, hey, this time you're gonna level up on monsters. Hey, this time you're gonna go and focus on killing other players. Hey, this time you're gonna go and do quests. Like I think that's like the really cool thing about the battle passes in Final Fantasy VII is like it makes you play in significantly different ways, kind of thing. So, but I will say I've not played that many games with battle passes, so it's all gone. Who did it? Who on earth took my precious money? Old man without a single gold coin. My gold, my gold. Is this just the same dialogue? All right, well, hopefully we at least got water out of this. If not, I'm gonna pull up that French guide and hopefully we can figure out what we're doing. There we go. So where you need to go first to 13 Ice. I forgot there's a staircase out here that I can use. Krankelweiss. I don't know if I've used the Krankelweiss yet. Or is that this thing in here? Is this the Krankelweiss? How you doing, Cargodin? If this is the Krankelweiss, yes, I've been using it at the very least. I think the big thing is I am missing water though, and I do not see any water in there. So, all right, I'm gonna check out this antique though real quick. We got a blue. Let's okay. There's our hot coffee. Purple handle, apples, and then I guess the other handle probably. Yeah. Thank you very much. Stop decoding. And is there anything I can make before I pull this guide up real quick? At the pump, still no recipe scrap for that. Still missing the water for that. Corpse cord, missing recipe. Chimney. Oh, I have not even made the chimney. Okay. For some reason, it said use, so I think my brain was thinking I already made it. But I had not made it yet. So even if we found whoever Bellawood was, I can't remember who that was, we did not have the item to actually do what we need to do with that. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like every time I see your Twitter threads about taking care of that child, it definitely sounds like a lot. I spent, I may have told this story before whenever you were in here, but I spent about like, Mitzel. Can I make Mitzel? All right, we're making a Mitzel. I spent like a month helping take care of my nephew with my sister. I did not do a particularly good job of it. But at the time I was going through a moment, so but yeah, so and that was definitely challenging looking. and I did help out a little bit, but not nearly enough to be like I was not out there to do what I needed to do. Okay. You said there's MIS in the collection room? That's high scores. Just see if this is it. Okay, we got music cards, character cards, Paffet cards, the thingy thing. I'll click on that thingy thing. I don't think that gave us, I think that gave us like collectible cards or something like that. Yeah, respected parent. Yeah, absolutely. It's not from this, right? This is not the thing you're talking about? This is like the thing where you get playing cards or whatever. To fill out your gachapon binder or whatever. Use a card. Spend them all? I can spend them all. I feel like I did that earlier. So actually, I'm curious how much like I had saved up by that point. Because we went through the majority of the game without it. But yeah, at this point, I think the only thing I'm looking for... Oh, I got 8 items. Okay. Is that the, what's it called? in the top left corner of the screen, I think those are the quest indicators or your petal indicators, right? So whatever that left petal is, that's what we're trying to find at the moment. I tried to use the guide on GameFAQs, but it looks like maybe I think it was either auto-translated from French or the person who wrote it, English was not their first language. I had a hard time figuring out what they were trying to get us to do, so. Okay, so we got these things. All right, cool. That is good to know. I was not aware of that. Thank you very much. I'm sure I used it earlier and just like saw items and then just ignored it. But, no water in that set, at least, but we'll try this at least. 4 blue, or 3 blue? Blue? 3 blue? 3 blue? Yeah. It might be. Oh, there's the water. Awesome. We can at least make, the bathtub. Globe should have water, I would think. This is a cute little thing. This is like oddly one of my favorite parts of this game, just like sitting here and picking away at these things. Okay, no water there. Volcano? Jungle. Whirlpool? Water, awesome. Double the water. Which ones do I have at the moment for quests, or I'll see if I can pull it up here in a second. Let me dissect this ice cream. It's a shame that, like, man, I'm thinking about like spectrobes and how you like take the fossils out of the like rocks with that or whatever, like you like drill them out. And I feel like maybe something a little more simplified like this may have been like a better approach to spectrobes, maybe. And maybe not digging up the actual, I need to change the yellow. Digging up the actual like monsters instead, you know. Digging up maybe pieces? I mean, maybe pieces isn't the right word. I don't know. I guess like you could like find bone fragments or something like that, right? And then like, you know, create a spectrobe or something. Where the heck is this thing? Okay, there we go. Why is a fish in my ice cream? I have all 4 seasons, yeah. So I'll let me finish this out. I'll show you. I think I have 5 petals at the moment. So more water, awesome. And so I've just been doing side quests hoping that something will show it. But at least on this screen in the top left corner, the left one, whatever that left colored thing is missing from that hole. And then for quests, I'm just doing do I have nothing in here? Let me go outside real quick. Where's the... How do I get out of my house? This is not how I get out of my house. Because I could have sworn I saw quest stuff there in there earlier, and now it's blank. So does it only work? I could have gone out the other way, but it's too late. Okay. Does it only work outside? Because there are 2 quests I'm sure that I have that are active, and so... why do these not here anymore? It's interesting. I looked at this earlier, and it showed me what my quests were. That's strange. Okay. I'm guessing there's something I'm not understanding about that screen. But I feel like thinking back on it, there's been many times when I've like opened that screen and there's like absolutely nothing in there. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting that there's like nothing listed there. But then sometimes I open it and there's like a bunch of quests and like all the quests I finished and stuff. But speak with somebody? Okay. I will make this bathtub for now. Now that we have enough to make this bathtub, I will continue this dude's thing, whatever he's doing. Can I make this? Oh, I can make the fountain now. It has not been requested yet, though. Is that something that's a problem with the original game, or is that something just with the translation itself that broke? Dancing bathtub. Kind of like the idea of trying to take a bath while your bathtub's Slapping you in the butt back and forth. I guess, I don't know. Get bruised. Alright. Made fountain. Or something. We made a tubalo. If you want to give a hint, Cargodin, that might help. Rather than just tell me directly who. I have done multiple, like, just like circles around the town just to talk to people trying to find quests and stuff. So I don't know if I'm just missing something at this point, but I do know I'm making this bathtub. The pump, I need to find a recipe scrap for the pump still. And then there's the girl who they're like, hey, find her in a different season. I've never found her in another season at all. So there are some things. I mean, not that you need to sit here and like help me per se, but I do appreciate any advice you have. But I can also pull up that game facts guide and see, you know, if I can dissect what I'm trying to do. So replay red and gold. Okay. It's all bathtub free. Thank you. And won't be alone. We do have friends. It's me. Oh yeah, just like too much text in there. Yeah. It's not like super essential, I will say, so I could definitely understand just being like, all right. It is interesting that it works like sometimes though. All right. Let me look at the rankings list because I don't remember. Then play red and gold. Okay. I don't know if I remember what red and gold is at this point, but we will talk to everybody on Rogue Leaf at least. That's a good start. I think she's actually in the other room now I think about it. Oh, she's got like leopard print rug under her bed. I never noticed that. All right, lady. Ah, what a tone. What music? Okay. I'll talk to the Paffet just to. All right. All right, let's go out. Was there anything else that I had kind of lingering? Sure, there's this guy. Stop Madame Coletta. Is this Little Money? Little Money? Was Little Money even in here? He must be. I don't know where else he would be. You again. Punch, the woodpecker. Yes. There's... This the right door? Yeah. I don't know if I've talked to Little Money recently. I think it's the same dialogue as before, though. Is this door open? Okay. I feel like this carpet is got going on. Although I... Like, the carpet light, like, pink towards the door. Is that supposed to be light? I can't really tell. Alright, nothing there. And then across the street. I think we talked to this lady at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, she's the lady that was like, hey, we should go find her in a different season. I never found her. Hi, good morning. Because her energy's gone. I never looked at the mirror, though. Well, okay. Well, didn't do anything. And then there's the happy thing. Look at what you got. Garden tools. What would it want? Did I get a recipe? I don't even know. Unless maybe the garden tools is the recipe I got. So. Okay, I guess he's got the dough. Let me see if I can make those garden tools real quick. I think that's everyone on red and gold. Or on the Rogue Street. And I guess I'll see you in the quest line for the wolf. I mean, I guess it wasn't super eventful at the end, but it was cute at the very least. Anything in here? Oh, he gave me garden tools. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can make something for him. Pump. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Chimney? Alright, I don't see anything. All right, leave that alone then. Alright, and so I think red and gold is an area, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Let me run there. And escape. One thing I didn't look into actually was like the DLC or whatever, because I did go into like the browser menu and I think it downloaded. So I don't know if that's like something that's already in the game or something you'd look at after you beat the game or whatever. So red and gold, all right. We have returned. Okay, that's actually really good that you said that, Cargodin, because like I literally just got out of here, and I think this is probably the last place I would have came to unless something pointed me this way. Yes. So that does help us. So what's in red and gold? We have Preta. We have the blue hair guy moved to winter. Master's still greedy. He's still screaming about his gold underground. There is the woodpecker. Right? Yeah. Anything from you? No one knows what he's saying. Okay. And then there is the tree. I think that's all I can think of. Explore that pretty carefully. I'll try to explore that pretty. Okay, well, I guess in that spirit, let's go in all these rooms then. Money. Oh, he's got some gold right there. Little money. Okay. Yeah, I actually got done doing a whole well run as well, and I went down there and a little disappointed that Little Money's dialogue seemed to be exactly the same at the bottom of the well, but you know, I kind of appreciate they even put him down there in the first place, so I kind of like the different seasonal story updates and things like that. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about this game, so all right. We didn't go upstairs, but I'm gonna guess we don't need to. Hello, acorn. That crank. All right, I know there's like a lot of layers to this map too, so this guy, there's nothing below there, but we can go up here. We usually go up here. There's that path. I don't think I can reach that right now though. Go back down here. Okay, that's just a little fall zone. Down here. Yeah, there's that platform there that's going left and right, but I think that just takes us back. Yeah. I don't think there's anything I missed up there. Okay. This moves this. I didn't go down here today, so let's do this real quick. Actually, I think I did. That's alright. Get some coins. Okay. This has no collision, I'm almost certain. Yeah. I did go up here already, but let's just make sure. Okay. That's the platform I just came up on. Mansion we just started at, and there's these guys. Get out here. Back here. Back here. Got the fake treasure chest up here. So I could maybe hop up there. I think we do loop around to here, though. So I don't think that's something I need to try to do. That's the well down there. I need to like stop spinning every time I jump. That's like my bad habit with this game is just spinning every single time. All right. I don't think there's anything over here, or at least from that layer. Yeah. Nothing there. This thing. I think we've already been down there. I think. Maybe. I think we can get back up if we need to. Oh god, oh god. Yes, we have it there. Okay. I'm assuming this is just a spiral upwards, but I'm just trying to make sure. There we go. Giant acorns. Alright, we have the opening there. Is there anything here? I always just jump on this thing. I don't see anything. That thing there. I don't know if we jumped on this today, at least, so. There's the mushroom hanging out here. Anything else? I'm guessing this is where either the little pumpkin girl was, or the gremlin-looking thing. That platform there. Where does this go? This is Coletta's house. Okay. I assume this is done and good. Right? Where is she? There you are. Marvelous tone. Okay. Not this. I've been on the upper path most of today, so let's go on this bottom path real quick. I don't think I've been down here. Or is this just oh yeah, over here. Well, didn't quite hit him. There we go. You're in the right area? Okay. I am going to keep going this direction for now, just because I know I haven't been over here today, so. But I will not go to the tree, at least. That will be my goal. There's a treasure chest I never got. Recipe. Okay. actually don't know if I've ever even been to this area. Oh boy. All right. There we go. Well, we're at least exploring somewhere new, I think. Oh god. No. Get some new chests at least. Yeah, I definitely don't remember these like weird half platforms here. Okay, there's a platform here. Okay, so is that... That's the house I always see from behind. Okay. I definitely haven't been to that house yet. Yeah, I always come in from that back area instead, so. Let me in the house. Oh, hello. Celia, probably? I'm not quite sure how, like, the age progression works between seasons, because there's that one lady that's, like, a girl in one dimension, but, like, way older in the other one. What was that? Oh, dear, I don't think she's even here. Like she's daydreaming or something. She lives in a fine house, and yet... Does she have a mirror? She has a mirror. Alright. Thank you. I assume this is what I was looking for, Cargodin, so... Appreciate it if that's what it was. Alright. Well, let us... finish this circle, I think? I think there's a little more space here that I haven't gone to yet, so... On this top row. Yeah, I think I was convinced that I had been down on that bottom path before and just never quite did it. I think part of me was convinced that, like, the upper path must be the better way to go, because it's, you have to platform to get on it, so... Or I can go see the tree. If I go see the tree? I did forget the gate was over there. It's fine, though. We'll check out the tree real quick. Hey, buddy. Good to see you again. All right. Let's get out of here. All right. So let us go back to Rogue Lane or whatever it's called. We already here. Is that this house? Yeah. Oh. I think all the music in this game is super relaxing, so it's definitely like, I don't really listen to game soundtracks that I haven't played before, but I've listened to this one for probably the better majority of my life, so hello, welcome back. I don't need anything else. Never did. Alright. See you later. I assume the mirror is a level? Or do we need to go to the other realm's mirror? Okay. Back to red and gold. Do our little fetch quest. I really enjoy the vibe of this game as a whole. And just how it looks a lot. But I mentioned it when we first started streaming, but I do think streaming this game maybe was not the best idea for me, but not that I like... It didn't put me in a position where I don't like the game. I do really like the game still. I think I would have appreciated it more if I wasn't sitting here talking to people while I was playing, so... But, you know. I also don't know when I would have gotten to this game either, so... Trade-offs. Cat's meowing at me. Not food time yet, but it will be soon. Also, thanks for taking the time to help me while you're trying to take care of a kid. I guess just go as fast as possible. See if I can not attacking while jumping would be a great way to speed up because I don't have as much landing lag. I do think autumn's probably my favorite place in this game though overall. But I generally like autumn, fallish time in real life as well, so. When I was in Japan, I had a friend with me. We went to like one of the, I forget which garden it was. It was one of the gardens or whatever. And it was all very dead. I went to multiple gardens and, you know, they're all very dead. But like, I'm kind of like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I don't need a bunch of, you know, greenery. Let it be dead. As plants do in the fall. Glad I have like 30 billion health because I'm being incredibly reckless. We didn't go on the top path, right? No, we're almost there. Why? It's here, right? Yeah, pretty sure this is it. Oh! Oh, dang it. I was hoping I'd fall off the edge to not have to re-climb. Although I don't know what it does to check, so I might have been able to just kill myself or something, but I didn't need to do that. Oh, did not double jump that. Give me that help. There we go. I've been eyeing up Homeland recently, actually, on the GameCube. I know there's no, like, official fan translation for that, but there's a very extensive, like, wiki that somebody wrote up. And there is a really good review online that talks about that game, probably in the way it needs to be talked about, honestly, because it is, like, an online game, right? And trying to play it today online is possible, interestingly enough, but it requires, like, actual... As far as I last checked, you need an actual Japanese GameCube. You need a broadband adapter, which thankfully I do have. But having the Japanese GameCube because of some particular region difference causes an issue with the broadband adapter for that particular game for some reason. So, but I feel like that video did not talk about the game itself very much. And, you know, admittedly, it looks like a very traditional kind of action RPG styled after an MMO at the time, which honestly is somewhat appealing to me. So I don't know how much there is to say about the game itself, but the review itself mainly focuses on the online aspect, and I think I would like to play that game a bit more offline and ideally beat it. And there's definitely plenty of resources to do so. So how long it will take is a whole other thing, though. Is this right? Yep. Okay. Probably should have been paying more attention, because if I went to the other area, I would have been teleported to the tree land, and I don't know if I can even come back here after that. Elderly lady's gone. Can I go in now? Hey, wait a minute. Nope. Back. A splendid dream. Going into Night at the Opera. I'm curious if on like a composite connection for video, if you'd be able to notice that little seam as much. Because it definitely looks like a tiny room in there. Secret garden. All right. New stage, finally. I don't know if we had a new stage last stream or not. I think we just did side quests most of the time. Yosh. Yosh. Right. Oh, there's stuff backwards already? Interesting. Which way do I want to go? Secret garden. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go left first. How can I get something to shoot this? You wanna shoot me? No. Well, I'll just leave these guys here for now, just in case. Frame rate. Oh. No. Wait, is there a wall there? Okay, there we go. Can I get up there? No. Okay. I'm not sure how you actually get something shot up there. Do I have an autumn? I do. Can you do anything here? Flap your wings. Alright. Knights of York. But what we actually end up streaming next, I'm still kind of up in the air about. I will probably play some Gun Gauge. I've been in a Gun Gauge mood recently, and I've always wanted to play Gun Gauge on hard mode, so. I was out shopping and that soundtrack came on. I was like, that's a beautiful video game soundtrack. And that game's short enough, and it's one of those things that, like, it's always hard to tell, like, when you're, like, reviewing a game or something like that. Use creative panel combos to find your way. Okay. I will be creative with my panel combos. Can I turn that off? Okay. There we go. But the hard mode of that game has some differences, which at this point, honestly, I don't know if I even know what the differences are, but for Christmas, I do have the, what's it called? Mad Maestro Christmas game or whatever, so I'll probably play a little bit of that. I think that will maybe be a stream thing, but rhythm games are always touchy on stream. I did set it up so I can have text-to-speech to hopefully make things a little bit better, but it's always finicky, I feel like. Okay, that's moving. Did that do what I need it to do? Oh, you know. Where are you going? Not very far is where you're going. Okay, I need to get up there somehow. What does this turn on even? I don't even know. Okay. I probably should have hit them in order so I can I do it? Alright, I did it. Nice. It's kind of Reese's character. I will say that we, for better or for worse, we ended up with a pen triicelon association with our stream. And that also has some stuff going on in that too, so. Yeah, it's, oh no, I wanted that. Oh yeah, it is something. I never know how to handle that stuff. Because it is just kind of what the game is. But I did see some people that would like use like trigger words or whatever, or trigger terms, just to like make sure people were aware of stuff. As I think we may have mentioned when this stream started, because I think you mentioned that there's like something in the credits that's maybe not super friendly that you couldn't like take out for some reason, but I forget what it was, but I probably should have remembered that. But it's also been like months since we talked about that, so. But yeah. Alright. Blow up. But that is good to know. So yeah, maybe I'll keep that to myself. And honestly, like, I haven't been doing as many holiday stream stuff because I feel like I probably should spend more time with my families around holiday time, so. So we're doing themed things a little bit, but it hasn't been like a focus. What am I even doing? Where am I I going? Oh, there's a thing there. Can I get up there? How do I get up there? Use creative button presses. Where can I be creative? I don't know. I'm gonna go to the right though. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I was I love Pimp and Try Salon, but I have to mention that to people every single time. Like, by the way, maybe just be aware of this. So, I think it's like a photography game on the PS2 that's also got kind of a similar thing going on, where like, I think they have like, I don't know if blackface would be the right term. I don't know what it is. That kind of style of thing, maybe. I don't know the term for it. So, no gathering the family around Napple Tale? No gathering. How you doing, Joseph? Yeah, we'll find out something. Worst case scenario, we'll just play whatever. So, I'm guessing we won't be. I don't even know when Christmas is, to be honest with you. So. But I might play through the core games here sometimes shortly for Mad Maestro or whatever. It sounds like it's a pretty short game, like an hour or two long, so I think that's where we need to go. Okay, that's just an enemy, not a real chest. Not really sure what's happening in this area, but I'm at the point with this game where I think I'm okay just progressing for the most part, so it's just side stuff, although side stuff seems to have been very important so far in this video game. Okay, gotta blow that stuff up. What time is it? 9? Pat can wait another 30 minutes before he gets food. I think we talked about that a little bit with like upskirt shots in certain games. I'm just like, I don't know really how to handle this, so I just generally try not to draw attention to it. I don't know if that's even the right way to do that, but like Doraemon has it, and Castlevania 64 has it with the special costumes and stuff, and it's like, I don't know. Like, what do I even say about this? So, but anyways, enough about how I handle questionable situations, I guess. Just got off? Welcome to the home time. I technically can be on and off work whenever I want. I just clock in and out. But I've been having, like, I've been sleeping in, which is like not a bad thing, I will say. Like, the majority of my life I have struggled with sleep because of just like generally bad sleep practice, maybe is the best way to put it. There's a long story behind it, but never been great at getting sleep on time and stuff. And like, I think like the dread of oh, I need to press the button probably. Okay. The dread of like going to the office the next day, I feel like makes that even worse to some extent. And then like, it's like, oh, I gotta get stuff done, so I'm gonna like work even harder because I need to like get this done now because tomorrow I gotta go to work, kind of stuff like that. Like, having a little bit more flexibility has been nice, and it's made it so like I get a full 8 hours of sleep every night, which is lovely. So, but you know, I'm a little worried if I do go back to a more normal 9-to-5 job, that will be the first. Who works for Mr. Little Money? Mary, Terry, Ellie. I think it's Ellie. Did I miss that sign earlier? I didn't know if there's a sign earlier that I grabbed onto. But yeah, it's been lovely. What is 13 Ice? A parlor. I know that. Been lovely getting some actual sleep in, because I've spent a good chunk of my life trying not to get sleep. So, but also I need to work more as well. So trying to find that balance has been been an adventure. So, okay, what is that doing? Is that doing anything? Did these faces be doing anything? Ooh, 4 hours, yeah. I mean, that's probably like college days for me in terms of sleep time, so. All right. Oh, no. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, college, I think, was part of the problem of why I developed batch sleep schedules. Final Fantasy XI was another one of the problems. So many problems along the way that led to me sleep depriving myself for a decade, if not more. So not sleeping depriving myself is great. Okay, so we're back at the start then. Did we learn anything from our adventure? Don't know? Okay. Those platforms came down. I would like these to go back up. Can I make that work somehow? Okay, I'm gonna try it. Nope, way too fast. All right. Oh, I guess I can just go back around, actually. Go away. So just do this, maybe? Oh, oops. What do I do about this, though? Yeah, that's not gonna work. One thing I'm thinking about doing for the Thanksgiving thing, and this is way too much, and I probably won't do it because it's way too much, but I kind of want to... So I have those Buddy Mission Bond cups, right? And part of me is like, I gotta make Buddy Mission Bond parfaits, right? Based off each of the Buddy Mission Bond characters, the hit Buddy Mission Bond franchise. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I've talked about it with multiple people in the past because I'm curious. But like, I also don't want 4 parfaits in my life all at once, because then I'm the only one here, so I would need to be the one to eat them. So I'm like, what could I do? To theme each dessert after a character, right? Because you gotta theme each dessert after a character. I will continue to explore for right now. I'm sure me telling stories about Buddy Mission Bond and what I want to do is not going to help me figure out what I'm trying to do, though. But I appreciate you asking. And I will definitely let you know if I need help. Anyways, but I was like, I don't want that. But honestly, if you don't know what's going on with the Buddy Mission Bond characters, I think they're pretty stereotypical. I think like anime Ikemen kind of guys, right? Or Ikemen, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Luke likes sweets. Easy enough, right? We just go with some kind of sweet. If we want to keep the color in check, you know, easily there's like a Jello, like blue Jello you could use like that, right? Easy. Eien is all about the meat and protein. So if I wanted to, I can maybe like make his like not a dessert parfait, but like a meat parfait. Oh yeah, for Napple Tale, Cargodin. I was talking about that too as well. Sorry, I'm just talking about Buddy Mission Bond right now. But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was not taking any thinking you were gonna give any advice on what's it called? Buddy Mission Bond. What is the point of this? I mean, I know what this does. Okay, so it is going up and down nonstop now. Okay, for now at least. Did I make the hole? I did not make the hole. I think I put you here. Is it still going? It is still going though. All right. So it's like, okay, and then Chelsea is very much about like healthy foods. So like I could make like a little salad parfait maybe. Okay, that's not gonna work out either. I don't think. I can make a bridge. I can make like little like salad. So I was like, maybe I'll make like a buddy mission bond 4-course meal or something. So, can I abuse you in any way? It doesn't seem like you want to do this down here, but yeah, okay. I was thinking maybe I could like get into the castle right here, and maybe we could still extend out a little bit, but I don't think this jump's gonna happen here. So, the Sinner Sandwich. I don't know what that is. Is that the Billy Mitchell sandwiches that we were talking about over the weekend? And then Mokuma, the biggest thing with Mokuma is that he likes seafood and booze. So I think I'd either have to somehow combine those two things or mix them together or something. So. Turkey parfait, yeah, I don't know about that either. Oh gosh. Where am I? I somehow feel even more lost than when I first entered this area. Yeah, there's this. There's a button. That turns that on. Okay, analysis mode. Button. Green button that we can use. 2 hoppy men. Do the hoppy men do anything for us? This is the tallest hoppy man. I do not see anything that we can get out of the hoppy men, so. Other than maybe jump back up if these platforms stop. There's a face. Face doesn't seem to do anything. They're placed in a way that makes me think that they do something. Gate's closed. I already used it. There's this thing. I think we tried to do this already, and activates onward time switches. Oh, my autumn guy's gone. Okay. Face, there's these things. I'm gonna die. No more things shooting there. I can go back to Napple Town. Secret Garden, this is the start of the level. We have these platforms. That's going up and down. This gets us up to that platform there. But the only way I can activate it seems like is being here. Unless I can do something like that. No. I don't even know what I would do up there other than get that coin. But I'm sure there's more. Bridge wouldn't help us here. Make it up here? Okay. This gate. Okay, I didn't go this way apparently. So let's go this way, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's a magic pot there. Gonna respawn. There we go. Do I hit these things with the Oh, I see. That explains a lot. All right. This, thank you. Yeah, he's got his own restaurant or whatever, so. But yeah. Anyways, the point being of that whole thing before I got distracted by me being lost is I think I might try to make like a 4-course buddy mission bond meal. So I don't have to make a bunch of desserts. I don't want a bunch of desserts, so. Yeah, give me that. Do I want to go down there? Oh, it's you. But maybe if I plan that out right, that can be a Thanksgiving thing. I mean, that's probably not, though. It's a dream, but not something I have actually sat down and realistically thought about, so. Looky what you got. Harpsichord music. My friend has a harpsichord. He built his harpsichord, actually. He recently got into woodworking and made like some Crystal Chronicles related music instruments as well, so. Oh god. It's kind of neat. Okay, we're back here then. All right. That was a mistake to come down here is the real answer. Can I make you do it here? Nope. Stop it. Okay, there we go. All right, back around the world, but it's okay. We know what we're doing now. Kind of. I'm almost dead now, though, but thankfully bosses in this game has not been hard. Oh, yeah, I mean, so Buddy Mission Bond is like the longest gamble in my life of I open like every goddamn Otome game trailer I ever see, and it's always the same, like, they're probably fine. They're probably all good, fine video games, but like, it's always just like, you know, 5 handsome men and, you know, various CG art, and that's like every trailer. And I've gotten to the point where like, I will just kind of skim through the trailers now and just see if there's anything that catches my eye. And Jack Jean, I don't know how to pronounce it, that caught my eye because it's like a rhythm game as well. But yeah, Buddy Mission Bond was like, after many, many, many years of looking into those trailers, like it finally paid off that there was one that I was just like, oh my god, I love how this looks and how good this looks. So, but yeah, it is, you know, I think it's really easy to look at it and be like, oh, this is just going to be another Otome game kind of thing, right? But, yeah, I saw that trailer, and, I mean, I hate to sound shallow about it, but it was like, there are 3D character models, and these men are moving around, and you walk around this world, which is, like, enough for me to be like, oh, you know, you actually move in this game, and you're, like, doing stuff. I've heard of other ones that, like, I think I was at Sin City, there was a girl who did like a Otome panel. And at least one of the games she talked about like you would shoot. And I never looked up the game to see like what that even looked like. But it was interesting to hear about like basically at certain key points of the story, it sounds like you took your mouse to basically shoot something on screen kind of thing. So I feel like I have a hard time understanding what makes like each visual novel game unique, and I mean, I'm sure 99% of it's story, right? But yeah, friends probably looking at Xenoblade Chronicles 3 flutes. Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was actual gacha, and man, that thing was. Boy, I mean, look. I'm curious if anybody was like, yes, this is the way I want this to go. Like, I've not heard anybody praise that aspect of the game. So. Okay. Okay. What does this get? Feel like this is okay. Well, I was creative and using like 2. And back we go. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm surprised Buddy Mission Bond never got localized, but it sure is a hell of a game. Admittedly, again, heavily relied on machine translation, so like I can't necessarily speak definitively as much as I probably maybe spoke a little too much in that video, but generally, so I don't know how much stock you put in this, right? Kind of thing. But like, I had 2 people in the Japanese community in a very like snake eating its tail own way of like, they watched my video through machine translation and then commented back at me Although I think one might know English. He's commented on some of my other videos before, like the Nintendo G one. Open sesame, go inside. Yes. But they said that it was like, it seems like you understood like the majority of the video game at the very least. And they didn't, at least didn't offer any examples of anything that I misunderstood. But you know, again, the one that I like particularly seemed to be like, I'm surprised how well you understood the story was the one that just used machine translation back. But again, all machine translation nightmare garbage, snake eating its own tail kind of thing. So who really knows? But I adore that game though. Yeah, I've talked to, her name's, I think, Otome Kitten. Maybe her name's Chloe now. Her website's otomekitten.com. She recommended Collar X Malice to me, so. I think I looked at it and then, like, man, it's so hard to say, like, what I like about a game. Okay, there we go. At the time, nothing really jumped out at me about it. I'm not saying it's not a good video game, but I'm stupid in like how I enjoy video games. So like I have to have a reason to play a game a lot of times. So I'm not saying I never will play it, but I don't know if I ever will play Color X Malice. I feel so bad because she recommended like 4 or 5 games to me and then I proceeded not to play any of them. So, but I think a lot of people recommend a lot of games to me and I proceed not to play them. So that's not uncommon for me. I feel like Undertale is like one of the only games I really took a recommendation on, because a friend of mine that probably understands me the most when it comes to game recommended it to me, and I think he was mostly right. I can't remember what he said about the story though. I do not care for the Undertale story very much. But the game itself, I think, does a lot of really, really great things. So now you have Ketchup and Mayo, the hit game Ketchup and Mayo on Steam. I don't know if that came out actually, but that's like an Undertale parody. I feel like there's a few Undertale parody games now. Also, I feel like Undertale kind of weirdly killed the like aftermarket Earthbound like fan group or whatever. Like I feel like you don't see new people getting into Earthbound very much anymore. So, but Read Only Memories has Hassie in it. That's all I remember. Okay. The big one I'm interested in, and I don't know if I've told you about this, Cargodin, is Dear My Son. Which is Japanese only one again, so I'd be going through some nightmare process to play it. But that one's about like a single mom raising 2 kids, and to my understanding, I should say, I have not like done the significant research on this, but it's like a mom raising 2 kids, and like the dad seems like he more or less is like traveling the world as an archaeologist and kind of has not been there for the family. And so you can like date the different mentors that your kids have and stuff like that. I really want to play that game. It is Japanese only though, so it would be, I would need to figure out how it works, because like I don't know how much, I know you're aware of like machine translation and how bad it can be. I don't know if you ever tried to use machine translation to like play a game in any way, but like depending on the game and how it's written, it can get real rough real quick. You know, it's always rough, but like if the language is not direct enough, my hypothesis is that the language is not direct enough in what it's saying, it just becomes a mess of just like, I don't know what this conversation is or anything like that. Obviously you struggle with that in every single video game, but some games, I think children's video games, I have even more trouble with using machine translation. So, but because just, I assume just the language is so casual and like not direct enough that just like, it's just like impossible to parse basically. But for the most part, you know, you can look at, see what's happening on screen, right? Like it doesn't take a genius in like Happy Dance Collection to figure out that like the girl who is sitting there snickering and has devil horns that like shoot up out of her hair is probably your rival as an idol kind of thing. So, but you know, actually the details of, you know, how that relationship plays out and how you guys become friends is a whole other thing. Where like you could not absorb any of that at all. Hello, Cecilia? Cecile. Cecile. I forgot the song. This is a good song. Reverse time pedal. Went with father to the palace. Move your mask. So does this have something to do with the... I feel like I have a Paffet that has like time travel stuff that was mentioned, but I don't really remember. He's a seal. But yeah, someday I'll play some kind of Otome game at some point. I desperately need to. I have I think it's called Hakuoki or something like that, or some Samurai Man one on 3DS that I never finished that I have considered giving a shot again. But it seems like some of the most straightforward stuff. Although, I might be able to appreciate it more now because, like, I kind of like... I went through a lot of steps to like Chelsea in Buddy Mission Bond. So, like, maybe I could appreciate, like, the shitty guys being shitty to you situation a little bit better than that game starts out with, at least, so. My father's hand as he walked down the marble path, staring at the dazzling dresses. What golden days those were. Her shoes remind me of, like, those ducks that have, like, the green heads and the brown bodies. It was in autumn began wandering around at night after being affected by reverse time, but she spoke of a flower she saw in a soap bubble, a nameless flower, almost as if she got lost in her flower bed. I like how this area looks a lot. Alright. I have not played Sweet Fuse. I liked Katawa Shoujo at the time. Key term there at the time. I do love pretty dresses, though. I bet they were very pretty. Time, I think... Yeah. I think Katawa Shoujo introduced a lot of people to that genre in a way that they weren't really expecting to, kind of thing. And that's... I think that is... Katawa Shoujo is probably, like, in some ways, the Final Fantasy VII... kind of moment for a particular part of the audience for visual novels, I feel like. Or Persona 4 maybe might be a more apt description, because Katawa Shoujo wasn't really mainstream per se. But like, Persona 4, yeah, I think it kind of had a really big Western influence at the very least, so. Just because people were like, oh, this is the funny porn game, and then like, you know, being on 4chan, also the disabled part of it's probably a funny part of it too, right? And then people being like, "Oh, actually, good story time." Generally, I think a lot of those arcs maybe aren't so great, but I maybe should be paying more attention to this dialogue. We'll try them together. Yikes, that's over the top. I want to try them together. Let's go. Let me into this door. In those opulent days, how didst thou dine each night? With jeweled silverware at a candlelit table. Sounds so wasteful. Eating with everyone is fun. Oh yeah, I forgot if I mentioned, but like I have a friend that like had Napple Tale music as his like wedding music apparently. So, you know, Sonic Team Unplugged is like my decompressed soundtrack. So this is pretty dang close though, but I feel like that is the soundtrack I always come back to for some reason. So days as were. Get away from me. Nothing has changed. That's all in the past. Oh, okay. Bad choice. Oh, whoops. Alright, nothing has changed. I wish I had even a tenth of your grace. Yeah, I can appreciate that for sure. And, like, I feel like it's a tasteful soundtrack too, right? Like... like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if everyone's on board with it, like, yeah, have Hatsune Miku music at your wedding, right? But, like, something like this, I feel like you could probably, like, get your parents to hear and be like, this is not normal wedding music, but it's reasonable, I think. So... you not like people? I had a friend like that. A childhood pet can be your best friend. In those unfavorable days, how were these raised? To be a lady. Learn to dance, ride, and play music. I had the honor. Being taught by the world's leading academics. I'm reading this now because otherwise my brain is not processing this information. I recall their great wisdom. What unforgettable times? Not again. Sounds like torture. Yeah, I definitely think, like, a lot of it comes down to probably song choice more than anything. But I will be honest with you, I have not been to that many weddings, so, like, I don't really know what, like, the standard soundtrack is for a wedding. So maybe it is just, like, a lot of, like, pop culture related music, but that's just the more acceptable thing, right? Like, depending on who you're doing a wedding for, I don't know. Key thing, do what makes you happy. It's your wedding, so you're paying, like, what is it, $20,000 or whatever it is for a wedding? Put your, I don't know, Yoshi's New Island music in there if you really want to. Sush's days, where does thou find rest? But yeah, I think Napple Tale is a strong choice at the very least for something like that, and a very fitting one, I think. So, in the palace courtyard, I found a secret garden adorned with rare flowers. I hid in the shaded trees, weaving my childish dreams in the garden just for me. What precious days those were! Oh, really? I could definitely see something like that. Don't you have a garden now? I'll make a man out of you like 13 times. I apparently have not been to enough weddings. Man, how many weddings have I been to? I may have only been to my sister's wedding, and, like, it was a really terrible experience because my mom and my grandfather were fighting, and I got paired with them for travel and lodging. So the entire trip, I was just distracted by the fact that they were fighting the whole time. So, that was a very fun time. But wasn't my wedding, so who really cares? My sister didn't notice, and that's what matters. Is that she was happy the whole time. So that's Prithee, how did thou celebrate thy day of birth? We held the most exquisite parties, but I fretted so when serving our guests. Often put father on the spot, making the guests, bards, and jesters chuckle. Those days are long gone. Yeah. I literally forgot about it until this moment, so it, obviously didn't affect me that much, so. Hard time. Good thing I can still spin in this hallway. We did it. Only spiked her butt once. Hey, isn't this the first room we're in? It seems so. Does that mean we solved the labyrinth? Hello, lady. Thank you, porch. The sale. Thanks to you, the dreams of my past are now but fond memories. I'm truly grateful. The substitute for our boss fight? Seems like it. front of a mystery dungeon game? Yeah. I need to play Langrisser? I think it's what it's called. I don't know anything about Langrisser. I know there's a whole, I could be wrong. I think Sega Genesis fans in the West are probably the most, like, the biggest Langrisser fans or whatever it's called. I think it got localized under a different name or whatever, but I don't know anything about Langrisser though. But that game has like a whole sequence at the beginning where they ask you like 500 questions, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. This is a little much. Got some pointy bra top at least. It was sleeping within a mysterious portrait. 9:30. Cargodin. I need to ask you a question if you are still here. 9:30 is our usual stream-in time. What is the length of time you think that's left in this game for us? If you know off the top of your head. Right here. Okay. Cool. Or are you, maybe you are right here, but usually 9:30. Usually I will go to like 10:30 if we need to, kind of thing. But what is the reverse time anyways? Don't they mean the past? Not at all. You see, we are forever in Napple time. Much like Paffet's time is a living thing. Napple is what we call life force that emanates all over the world. Oh, yeah, half an hour and 45 minutes. And parts like future and past, it would be cease to be alive. That carry the flow of time would be lost. Sorry, it still doesn't compute. Maybe Parrot could understand it in a way you'd, or explain it in a way you understand. Oh, ask the clown. Let me think about this. All right, see you, Mr. T. Yeah, I'll plug the server at the end. Next week I am out of town for Thursday. Are those feet? Or is that like the pointy boobs on it as well? I can't tell. Huh? Torch. You finally have all 6 petals. You can go back to your own world. Right, so this means hasta la vista. I like Stutopia. Okay. In the world back. So the point I'm worried about is, so usually when we finish a game, we do a community review, which we do have a fairly hefty number of people here, even though Mr. T's leaving. But that usually takes another like 30 minutes to 45 minutes already. So I'm like, maybe we'll continue this next week. It will be on a Wednesday though instead, I will say, which worries me a little bit. Hey Joshua. Because it's on an off day than usual. But also we've been playing this game forever, so I'm like, part of me wants to go ahead and wrap it up as well. But if we're playing on off day, there's a chance that there might not be people for the community review. We could always push it off though if we need to. I never did her walking in this game. It's kind of interesting, like how fast she'll start walking depending on how you tilt it. It'd be like 10-15. Let me save. I don't think I've saved this entire night, so yeah, let me save actually. Heard of Joshua? Double up Joshua. Yeah, both Joshuas. I think we will stop here for tonight. I think even though we're at the last push, it sounds like. I think I would like to make sure we have time to do the community review. I'd rather it be on a Thursday, I will say, but I'll be flying, so, we'll do it Wednesday. We'll do it Wednesday. If the community review doesn't work out, like if not enough people are there or whatever, we'll push it off to the next week after and then handle that there and do that. I think that's the plan. So we'll plan Wednesday. We'll do the community review on Wednesday if people are there, and then if not, we'll just do whatever. What's next? I think we're gonna be pretty, I don't know. I think going forward, we're not going to just focus on one particular game all the time. So what's next might be kind of up in the air most weeks. We may have one main game, though. That is like we're playing through this largely, but we won't dedicate entire streams. I think I will stream 30 minutes longer than usual. And I think I'm going to push the stream time back a little bit. So I think we'll basically do a Thursday at 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock kind of thing. Make it a little earlier for people on the East Coast. And then maybe, you know, if we dedicate like 2 hours to a game every week, we're getting pretty close to what we previously were doing. And then we have like an hour of playtime to do other stuff if we want to. So I think that's going to be the plan. So. Meow, kitty. My cat's yelling at me to feed him. So yeah, we'll call it tonight. Cargodin, thank you so much for your help, because I don't know if we would have gotten where we got tonight without you. I think what would have happened is I probably would have gone to summer, built the water stuff, or something like that, and then I probably would have gone to winter again, and then spring again. Then I may have went back to fall. Like, I think that's probably what would have, or I may have looked at the guide and tried to figure it out. But the problem with the guide is I don't really know it's hard to follow. I could have also looked up a video, so that's a potential. That was possible other realities that happened. So, but thank you. You let us dodge any of those other realities for now. But yeah, so we'll call it tonight. At least we'll wrap this up next time, and then we'll do our community review if we have time. Then and then hop into another game probably for like an hour after that. So what that game will be, I don't really know yet, to be honest with you. So, and then from there, I'm kind of up in the air as well about that one. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, I think the thing that really threw me off is like, I think my brain is like, the upper path is the more desirable path because that requires platforming, but the bottom one is actually probably the more challenging one, is because we're like the tree post. I mean, not that it's hard per se, but that like merges back with that path in a way the top one doesn't. So yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of going to try to keep it up in the air, I think, for now, because I feel like we always talk about like, let's play this next. And then I get around to it finally. I'm like, actually, I don't really want to play that. I don't really want to play whatever I felt like playing 3 weeks ago. So I think we're going to try to keep it up in the air, and we'll kind of try to figure it out. And that may also mean me not necessarily playing a game and committing to it immediately. We may start a game, see how it goes, get the temperature feel of the room on it, and then keep playing it if people are cool with it, kind of thing. Because I'm trying to avoid One Piece situations where I'm desperate to finish the video game, but because I've committed already, I'm like, we are 20 hours into this video game. We have to finish the One Piece Wii game. But then, like, also, like, nothing exciting is happening week by week. So yeah. But anyways, that's gonna be it, though. As for back, hey, game related. Yeah, it is the very end. Yeah, basically, anyone who is here that has not followed me before, most weeks it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Next week will be a day earlier because I will be flying on Thursday night. So I will not be available. I'll be going to Portland to go to Coricon, and maybe go play some more erotic violence pachinko. I don't know, who can say. Anyways, but so that's the plan for next week. But The next week we'll play some more Napple Tale. I was gonna start saying the things that I have coming up, but I actually don't have much coming up. I have the panel coming up next week. That's just the adaptation of the retro games on a budget. Staying positive while shopping is really kind of the bigger thing about it. So I think there's a lot of negativity out there. So obviously, you know, unless you're in Portland, you're not gonna be able to see that presentation. So you won't be able to see that. But I'll be putting it up later as long as the recording comes out fine. And then the week after that at Sin City Anime, I have something about buying Dojin goods online. That's not video game focused, really, I will say. So I've debated whether I should upload it to the channel, but I'll make it available in some form or the other at the very least, even if it's not on the main channel. I'll probably just upload on the main channel. So, but yeah, otherwise we will come back next week and play more of this. This cat is going crazy. Like, food, food, food. I'm a little sad that the noise gate cuts out the cat's voice, mostly. I mean, it's good for recording. Not so great for, I want you guys to hear this beautiful cat make his little meows at me. So. Mostly original hardware game related. I mean, this is always a hard thing to answer because, like, I keep a backloggery, but when you keep a backloggery, compilations count as many games that are within the compilations, right? So, like, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, something like that, right? That is, that is technically, like, 20 or something games in my collection. So, like, that, when I say this number, it's not gonna be, like, the total physical video games that I own. I own... Can I see a total number for this? I'm gonna do some math real quick, because I don't know how to see the total number. 655 plus 586 plus 113. Supposedly, I have, like, 1,300 video games. I would say round it down a bit. Maybe closer to, like, 1,100, or maybe a little less than that. So, I would say I feel comfortable saying I probably have over 1,000 physical video games. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, man. But at any moment, the thing is I was going to say at any moment I can play the thing, which doesn't really make a lot of sense here. Then I was like, how do I get out of this? At any moment, the thing is in my collection of video games that we could play. So, crack that Xbox on. Get the sequel to the movie. I have never watched The Thing, so I'm kind of interested in playing it, not knowing anything about The Thing, the movie. But, you know, we'll see. Anyways, the other thing, the last thing before I forget, before I go, is, I know I've been talking a while. We do community nights on Saturday. If you guys are interested, we're watching a movie. Let me see, because Mr. T is the one who plans it. So I always forget what we're doing till the night of it. But we'll be watching some movie. Where's my Discord channel? And there's links to the Discord in my description, on the website, on the YouTube, all those places. And if you can't find them, feel free to message me and I will help you find them. We are doing Send Coral Connect? Let me type this out. It's an anime movie. So we'll be watching whatever that thing is tonight. So, or not tonight, Saturday at 7 p.m. as well. But that's in the Discord. So I'll get for Mr. T there. There you go. Anyways, I've been talking enough. Hope you guys have a good night and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye. Pin time.